Hello and welcome. Skillet coming to you from the X4 Foundation's universe. It is time for us to correct a wrong. And that wrong was done a long time ago by a past me who didn't have the Terrans or Tides of Avarice or even the Boron. A lot has changed in the system. And past me may have said that, the Asp was the greatest player ship. Well, if you've been watching the streams, that's right, we're talking about it today. The Shih. If you've watched any of the streams, you've seen I've bought a bunch of Shihs. I've loaded them out, I've kitted them, and I've put them in my carrier. We do have a Tokyo. She's doing fine. She's being flanked by three Phoenixes and two Rays. I know. Okay, don't yell at me. I said I was never gonna do it, but the price on those suckers. Oh, I couldn't beat it. 17 million a pop. I know, right? Oh my gosh, what a steal. But the Shih. This has to be the best player ship. It's not the fastest. It's survivability though is what gives it the best all-round features. And this, I'm talking about base stats. I'm not talking about anything with mods, because you can tweak the ship how you want with the mods in game, right? Go faster, weapon cooldown, I mean, this thing has... It's got it all, really. Now, last universe, I found myself in a Chimera. There's a few differences between the Shih and the Chimera. Number one, the look. Chimera is kind of a sick ship. This is just hunk of junk layered on top of hunk of junk. Like, I don't even know where these wing formations come from right here, right? No idea. Where else are these found within the universe? Anybody know? I don't. And then this weird retractable arm? No idea. No idea why that's there, but I do like it. It gives this more character, more class. Now we are set up with a split and then an ion blaster to help people, get out of their ships. But today we're gonna look at its usefulness. Now, I'm not sure what kind of player ship that you use, either a medium ship, large ship, but I have said time and time again that I prefer to go fast in small ships, or even medium ships, because recently I have been exclusively in Boron ships, and the Hydra Regal has been my go-to. It still is, but the Hydra Regal does not have the finesse to get small ships to bail, especially when I'm going after like the Duke's Buccaneers for those exceptional mod parts, or I've kind of made friends with the Terrans, but the Terrans as well for getting the Katanas or the Falks, any of those ships to bail. Yeah. The Hydra Regal, or just the Hydra in general, doesn't have that finesse. It will murder. I'm not saying murder's not a bad thing, but in this case, murder's a bad thing, because I want those ships, especially the Dukes. The Prometheus and any of their small class ships typically always have, right? 60% of the time, all the time, have exceptional mods or just enhanced mods. I believe the blue one. But the Shih, let's look at this. Oh no, I was right there. Now we're gonna compare the ship to what I used last universe with the Chimera. We're gonna compare against what it's really a step up from, and how I have all of these are going to be based off my out of sector ships. So my out of sector ships, Chimera Tokyo. So we've got blast mortars, Telati shields. Oh. It's not on all of them. Huh. There we go. That's literally what I thought I had on all of them. The Combat Mark III for the Paranid. But apparently I don't. That's kind of crazy. Well, that's how we're going to compare them. With the Mark III Paranid, the Telati shields, the blast mortars, and we're going to... in the all-round thrusters Mark III. I didn't go for combat because these are out-of-sector ships. Want to cut some costs here. That's why I also didn't go for split engines. But for the ships that we're going to compare, we've got the Chimera, which is what I used last game. Now, the Chimera has, in my mind, two big pluses. Speed, when you have the split engines, but with the Paranid, you are at 365. Your hull, 6.1, but your shields are really what kill you here. So, in an out-of-sector combat kind of scenario, for me, this is not a ship that I would put there. Now, this is a good ship on your own. It's very maneuverable. It is fast. It's got 5 weapon slots. But you can get... if you get hit, maybe twice, actually, you know, maybe even just once with like a graviton, your shields are gone and your hull is it's on its way out. It really is. So yeah, sorry, Chimera, we're gonna knock you off the list. So Ares, a lot of people have said that the Ares, especially in the streams when I was doing it, a lot of people said that the Ares is like the step down from the Shih. The Shih's that step up. And I'm going to agree, because we've got 4.7, 4.9 for the Shih. The shielding is the same. It's 3 shield slots. The weapon slots are 4 weapon slots. Paranid Mark III, right? Combat Mark III. All-round thrusters. Telati shields. Blast mortars. The Shih outshines. Now, the Shih does have a little bit more hull. It's got the same shielding, but it has a little more survivability. Now, you pair that with some laser towers for yourself, or you do mods for your shields. Maybe your recharge rate is better, or, you know, whatnot. Cooldown for the weapons, a little faster in the engines. You've got a grade A ship right there. Now, how I have mine decked out, the one in the background, we've got... who do I have as a Paranid pilot? We've got... what's it, 4? That one. Blaster, and then we've just got a bunch of split stuff. Now, this is my loadout for the current ship that I'm in, because the Ion Blaster helps drain shields and also does like 8 damage per hull hit, which is amazing to help get people to bail. Then the Thermal Disintegrator to get their hull down to 85% while they still have, not 85, 75%, while they still have shields. And then I just swap over to the Ion Blaster and tickle them for fun until they go, I've been tickled enough, I'm out. I value my life. And then I take their ship. Yeah, that's what I do. So even with combat Mark III with the split, we're at 342, which is not a bad speed for me. It's not. You could always get that faster. Now, the one thing that does kind of get the short end of the stick is the yaw for going from combat, or going from your normal thrusters to combat thrusters. It seems to be like the one short side of every combat thruster is that yaw. But this is not bad. This is not bad for me. It's got good speed. I'm not slow. I'm not the beluga of a builder of the Boron, which only goes 35. I'm sure that's got to be the slowest ship in the universe. This is where I kind of feel home. And now, before I got the Regal, I did spend time in the Shih. But once I saw the capability of the Shih in out-of-sector combat, and as we saw, not all of those had Paranid engines. So some of those may have been some of the original Shihs that we had defend the HQ. We started out with roughly about 4 Shihs defending the HQ, then we moved up to 8. Then we got the Tokyo. We built some more Shihs to help defend the Asgards. A few of those Shihs died. So we took those remaining Shihs, got them out of danger, put them with the defensive fleet. We roughly had about 10 Shihs at that time, 10 to 12, I think. And that 10 to 12 dominated a Xenon K. And at that point, I said, that's it. I threw my hands up, that's it. That is my ship. Now, there is one ship, so we're going to kick the Ares out of this. There is one ship that could possibly be a contender. These are words, Self. Can possibly be a contender. But it's just by the slightest. And I'm actually going to do this on my own. I'm going to see how well it fares. Because a lot of people might actually pass this ship up. It only has 2 weapon slots. But, that's right, the Callis. It has 4 shield slots. So let's compare this to what I have as my out-of-sector fleet, because this is what I would challenge the Shih with, is an out-of-sector fleet of Callises, or Calli, or however you want to say it. Its shields double its hull. It's a little more maneuverable in the yaw, pitch, and roll. Boost speed, travel speed, totally fine. Its acceleration is a tad bit faster. 240, not the worst, actually. Not the worst. Weapon output is lower. It's roughly half the Shih because it's only 2 weapon slots. Now, could we use different weapons to make it better? Possibly, but I want to do more of a comparison between like ships. And somebody in the comments a while ago said that the Callis has to be one of the worst ships for out of sector. But I want to try this out because the shields are there. Maybe, just maybe, we can make it work. And I've already actually started doing this. I've already bought 4 Callises, and let me tell you, the cost savings between the Shih and the Callis is, oh my god, it's 200,000. Again, if you watch the streams, you saw me. I'm getting excited. You saw me buy the Shih at 900,000. Then to kit it out, it was roughly another 1 to 2 million. So that's already almost 3 to 4 mil right there, just for one ship. Now, the Callis, however, was at 700,000, and it wasn't too much more to actually do everything else. Maybe another mill or another, God, now I can't even remember what it was. But it wasn't that bad. But I don't think there's a ship that you can compare that the Shih can't possibly outshine as a small craft. Now, yes, you have your differences of the weapon slots. Yes, you have your differences of hull, shielding. But for survivability, I think the Shih is it. I'm gonna put this to the test too. I'm gonna test it out against the Callis, because even with our old out-of-sector fleet, and our old out-of-sector fleet was a bunch of Nodan Vanguards. We went Nodan Vanguards because of cost effectiveness for building, and that was literally all we went with for. Because if any of them died, it's not hard to replace. It's like 70 something hull parts and like 13 energy cells. Don't quote me on the energy cell part. That one's probably not true. The hull parts, I think, is actually roughly accurate. But I believe we had with him I think we did this. I think we had plasma cannons on him, but we're gonna keep this the same here. Kind of get an idea, right? So the Vanguard has 405. Its shields and hull are, well, it's 1,000 less in hull and half of, not even half. It's an abysmal rate of shields. It's agility. It's yaw, pitch, roll is good. The boost, good. It's a decent ship. And I do like the Nodan. I think the Nodan is a really cool ship. I like the look. I like it a lot about it. But this universe, exclusively Shih. That's what it is. I can't put myself in another situation. I'm gonna do the test against the Callis, but the Shih's the ship. Now, it might not go as fast as you want, and that's totally fine. Again, there's mods for that. But you can see the utility of the Shih as a out-of-sector craft. At least I did. And if you haven't yet, I'm going to tell you to try. Now, I have it set up this way. It's worked completely fine. I haven't lost a Shih within my carrier group. It has went up against a K and a fair amount of Xenon on its own. It is holding off a gate right now in what is a Xenon infested territory, because these sectors here are typically first sectors to fall, but we have held them at bay. We need to get into Family Crit and push into Rise Defiance. But we actually have cleared the Xenon out Emperor's Pride and Litany of Fury. Waiting for the Paranid to expand into this, which they have not. Oh, here's our race. They haven't actually joined the group. Okay, good. I know I set them here a while ago. I thought I had them join. We're actually going to put these on Bombard for Commander. By the way, Bombardment Command is for large ships. It's literally the Intercept Command, but for large ships. So large ships will go after other large and extra large ships. And I believe the Ray is going to be... I think the Ray is going to excel. Now, those have missiles, but different conversation for a different time. I did buy 2 of them. We've got Fluorescent Adolescent and Overexposed. Mainly because, you know, they glimmer and shine. And, you know, Matt and Kim and the Arctic Monkeys. Both great songs. If you haven't caught on to that already, that some of these capital ships are named after songs, now you know. But the Shih. Oh, hello. It's a build task. Preemptive defenses. The station defense module within reason. Defense modules, one docking area. 32 turrets, 8 shield generators. We're gonna skip on that, I think. But this is gonna be Skillet signing out. The Shih is the best ship. Old me, wrong. Old me, wrong. New me, present me, correct. That's all we need to know. That's all it is. But this is Skillet signing out. I will see you guys again. Happy flying.